the playbook, the book of the champion. Get flipped if you tryna get in. I got the front defense, they got the end. Going for long on first and the 10. Gotta go hard, we gotta get all. No loss or excuses, cause we gotta win. They say they sleep, must not be a fan. Get at your mans and mess up your plans. Look at your stands and look at your hands. I do what I want and you do what you can. I do it for fans, you do it for fame. EA Sports, we in the game. EA. I am the coach and the player of the game. They gon' remember the name. We want back ins.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Not in my house, baby. Not in my house. Not in my house. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Now McKinnon. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a third down and 4 now.
That's it, baby. Here we go, here we go. Left, man, left. 4 down. Check. 11. 12, here we go. White.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Fletcher Cox in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. And with the play clock about to expire, Kyle Shanahan's going to use a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And it appears they'll go for it here on 4th down. A big call on the game's opening drive.
13.
They do go for it. It's Garoppolo escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And they will not be able to hook look up there. It's incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position.
On the ball. Get over there. Go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Wins to throw on second down. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Let's go. Great. Go.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker.
56. Mike, 50.
Great 57.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Here we go.
On 1st down, Wentz. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Please. Hey, stash.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Solomon Thomas in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. And Barth puts it through. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Barth now to kick this one away. And he is out of bounds here on the return. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3. But this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Here Go ahead.
4 down. Alert.
Sit hot.
Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. They run once more with McKinnon. And they'll get him down up past the 15. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Despite a little sizzle on the move, he's still tackled shy of the 20. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Come on, come on.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got room. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. 30, 10, touchdown, 49ers. Jerick McKinnon, 81 yards. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Point after, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
The 49ers will be kicking off.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Man 5-7.
Wentz now on 1st down. Dancing to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, my initial thought was that maybe he was just trying to blindly throw this one away, and maybe he was. But he's going to get away with it because as he tried to throw it over the left sideline there's a receiver right there in the area, so no grounding call.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
4 down, check.
Wentz will try again on 2nd down. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he's able to get up here to the 26. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Now Wentz. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
You got 4. You got 4.
12, fellas, here we go.
Rush in. Rush in. Rush in.
Here's McKinnon. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here we go, hurry up, hurry up. 21, 21, 11, 11.
Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. Being chased out left. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Ohio! Ohio! We got 3, fellas.
And some room to roam now. Touchdown, 49ers. In for the score. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead.
Great field position has to be one of the best friends an offense can have. When you don't have very far to go, you should cash it in with points.
Point after here coming up. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
No need points. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Khalil Mack able to drop him for a loss of 4. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Great. Black, come on.
4 down.
Great. Black.
Mike drive through.
Hey, stack.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And the pressure gets to him again. Eric Armstead in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Hey, you got three, three down.
There we go, back man. 120. Lion.
Where's 52? Watch.
Lion.
Working from the gun, Wentz. Flush to his right. And he connects with Ertz. They get 20 yards there on 3rd and 19, and an unlikely first down. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
81. Great 15.
Wentz now on first down. Staying on his feet. Steps away to his left. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Forced out to his left. Ertz over the middle. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
On the ball.
From midfield, here's Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. Drops it off to Ajayi. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Let's go.
Single slot. Hey, 86. He's sneaky, guys.
Porky, 82, Porky.
Hey, here we go.
They go play action here on first down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Out routes are always timing routes, and if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he let him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. Now Wentz. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Eric Armstead in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Shorty.
They fake the give. Now Wentz trying to lay one up deep. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this
you're
going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, they still have time to get them established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Ramp. Win 5-7. Under 10.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Woo! I know you feel that.
Come on now.
The Eagles on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6.
4 down.
81.
Mike 56.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Ertz has it left side. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. An Eagle first down, Wentz to Ertz.
Hey, rip 5-2 out here.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Shorty.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
To throw is Wentz. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. DeForest Buckner. Busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Wentz going to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
On the ball. 81. Man 5-7.
Single.
Now a play fake here on first down. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Khalil Mack in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
Come on now.
After the
Come on
sack
now.
here,
Let's go.
2nd and 11.
Ram. Black.
Hey. 4 down.
From the gun, it's Wentz. That's off the mark, incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And it's third down.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
He's going to take a shot for the end, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Tarvarius Moore, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. McKinnon. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the fourth and final quarter.
Congratulations to the person sitting in section 36, row 4, seat 8. You're the winner of an all-expenses trip to the beautiful Bahamas. Please stop by the souvenirs shop on the lower level at the conclusion of the game to pick up your prize. And don't forget to bring your ticket.
Move it up, fellas. 6, 6. 3 down. 6, 6.
Garoppolo to throw on second down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long?
Here we go. 180.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Buying time to his left. Deep ball for Goodwin. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Guys, check me. 13.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. Flushed out right. Now he's going to let it go. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 27. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jerick McKinnon with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Now the try here for the point after. The extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is...
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. DeForest Buckner in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
We got four.
Here's Wentz to throw. And that is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Great. Black, come on.
Army.
Now Wentz, gotta have this one. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Hey, come on.
They run it with McKinnon, and he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Here again is McKinnon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
11.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. Screen play, McKinnon. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jerick McKinnon, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. The point after is good, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Hey, Lou, on the ball.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
I'm bringing it to you. Let's go. Great.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. The tackle by Eric Armstead.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Sunday.
Hey, alert three.
Here we go. 1, 2, 1.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is, because let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for the Niners, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head home next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long from Philly.